So hi and welcome to this potty training course for puppies. So somewhere around here is little Alfie, who's 12 weeks old. He's a Sydney Silky crossed with a Chihuahua, is that right, Mike? Oh, yeah. And we're just going to run through the basics of potty training. But I say the basics, but there's going to be quite a few little tips and tricks in here. So I thought what we'd go through to start with is the setup that Mike's put together here, which is, to be honest, it's fantastic. Now, before I do anything else, let me just jump in here and say, so these, sort of anything like this, or a shag pile carpet, take it up, put it up somewhere high, and don't put it back down until the puppy's about maybe 6 months old. Because otherwise what happens is, especially those shag pile carpets, the puppy, it feels like grass texture to them. So their paws go on it, it tickles their tummy, it feels like grass. They think, this is the perfect place to go potty. So they potty on it once, then the smell gets in there, it gets entrenched in there, and it's so hard to get the smell out of this thick sort of material. So thick shag pile carpets, all this sort of stuff, we'll just put that there. Just sign up below for your 3-day trial now. It's my gift to you, from one huge dog lover to another. Yeah, and when your puppy's 6 months old and absolutely trained, then we can put it back down. So let's have a look at the setup you've got here, which is, I've got to say, it's pretty good, very good. So for those of you who aren't aware of what this is we've got what we call a pen here. So this is a pen, and then we've got a very much smaller crate inside. Now, the whole concept of having an area like this where the puppy is that we can't concentrate and focus on the puppy the whole time. So the last thing you want to do is be somewhere else in the house. The puppy's left in here, they go to the toilet on the carpet and you come in. So we're far better off having them in an area where you've got something like cardboard underneath, or you can use sort of a plastic sheet material. So if you've got a lino floor, I'd suggest you put this on the lino. So this is another area that you could use, and we could put the whole pen crate in this sort of an area, just because it's got a lino floor. And all it means is we'd put a pen maybe here, and we could put a little baby gate there, which means that the whole area here, if we tuck this up, so there's no shag pile carpet here, he's on a lino floor, and suddenly he's got a lovely area to play in. It may be a bathroom or a toilet area or a kitchen area where you feel like you've got the lino, and he's not going to make any stains on the carpet. And again, once he's been to the toilet, you may then let him run out and play in that area, because you know you've got about half an hour or something like that before he's going to need to go toilet again. Just another option for people. If you haven't got a lino area where you want to have the puppy, you can just put a plastic sheet down and put some cardboard and so on and so forth. So that just means that when if the puppy does make a mistake in there, it's not going to soak through into the carpet. Now, the idea is you basically keep them in this crated area until you feel like you can let them out and have a little run around. What we're doing with this, so this is the pen. This is what we call the pen, and this is what we call the crate. The idea with the crate is that basically when you put them in the crate, which, we'll see if little Alfie wants to go in there in a bit. You basically put them in the crate, you can shut the door on them, and say you want them to go to sleep and relax. So you put them in there, they could be in there for half an hour or an hour or so. The idea is that they're very unlikely to toilet in there, A, because it's their bed, and B, because they're not moving around. So the little puppy's bowels aren't getting jiggled around, very unlikely to go toilet. So you can usually leave them in somewhere like that, and basically when you open that up and let them out of this little area, I'd pick them up immediately, and if it's a long way to get outside, you'd carry them outside. If they're older and it's not so far, you can say, come on, let's go outside. Same as when you open this pen door. It's as soon as you open the pen, I'd be taking them straight outside. So the sort of routine, let's just touch on the routine to start with. The routine is very much, we need to set sort of in our minds, get an idea of how and when we're going to take them to the toilet. And it's first thing in the morning. Every single time you open either the little pen or the crate, take them outside, and they're either going to go outside, which is great, we can then bring them in, and in that case you may then let them run around for a period of time and keep them in the back of your mind that they might need to go again after half an hour or so. So the routine is basically this: when we open the pen or the crate, we take them outside. If they go to the toilet, fantastic. we can bring them in here and let them have a little run around. You just got to keep at the back of your mind that they're going to need to go again in half an hour or an hour. If they don't go to the toilet outside, the routine needs to be, if you can't stay outside any longer, you're looking at your clock thinking they're not going to go, you may bring them in and let them run around here, but be aware they have not gone to toilet. So it's almost like raising a child. There's no magic wand here. You just know they're possibly going to need to go to toilet, so you need to keep an eye on them. If they start sniffing the floor and circling or disappear around the back of a couch, they may be going to toilet. So the other option is you bring them in this area, you put them in there until you see them go toilet on the potty, on the pee-pee mat. So here's a toilet mat, which basically encourages them to go there. Some people, you can use little sort of green grass, fake green grass. It again stimulates the paws are on the green grass, it tickles their tummy, they feel like they're outside, more likely to go. And all we've done is here, we've set up the pen, so we've got a play area, sleeping area, he's got his little water there, and the potty area. Just trying to differentiate those different areas to him. So one other thing to consider with the routine is not allowing the puppy access to the whole house. So your puppy doesn't need more than sort of one room when they're this age, or 1 or 2 rooms, sort of kitchen and lounge maybe. Or so close down by closing all the bedroom doors, close all the bedroom doors, and maybe even use a baby gate to separate off the rest of the house. Don't let them upstairs, because what will happen is the puppy will be running around here, need the toilet, and they'll just disappear down the corridor to an area of the house which they don't use and they think is not the main area. So who cares if we go and poo down the corridor under a bed? But of course it's part of the house. They don't get that. So use a baby gate, close off areas of the house, keep it very small and only slowly allow them access to more house when they get much older, 6 months old, right. When they're really trained, 8 months old. Yeah. They don't need access to all these other areas of the house. No. We just set them up to fail. And of course, you don't even know that they've been going down there to toilet until kind of 2 weeks down the track when you haven't seen them go toilet for a long time, and then, oh my goodness, you find it. Now, so that's sort of the routine. Now, different puppies at different ages will need to go at different frequencies. It's just like a child. Generally speaking, a puppy should be able to hold on for maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours. I mean, it's a very broad spectrum because a puppy 8 weeks old and 4, 5, 6 months old, very, very different. So you might put them in here for an hour, and then the time it takes between pees or wee-wees it can vary hugely again. One of my puppies was about 15 minutes between pee-pees, so he could go for a wee-wee outside, you'd bring him inside, and within about 15 minutes sometimes, or 20 minutes, he'd be needing to go again. So just bear that in mind, that it's sometimes only a 15-minute gap between toilet stops for these very young puppies. Other puppies might not go for an hour between pees. How does that sound in terms of just the...
Yeah, well, I mean, based on the 4 weeks we've had Alfie, he's pretty much developed from around every 20, 30 minutes maybe to being able to extend that
Great.
hour and a half. So we've seen him develop and improve over the last few weeks. He's doing very well, I think.